So Bobby Brown was once kidnapped by some real gangsters, and during the ordeal he was almost unalived. So here's the full story. So it's 1993 and Bobby Brown is at the height of his career. Everything is going well at this point. Just 1 year prior, he dropped an album called Bobby, and it debuted at #2 on the Billboard 200.
This is the man of, oh, you're welcome. This is the man of the hour, of the night, of the year, I understand, because I heard the album and it is all that. It is slamming. You know, a lot of people would say, congratulations, and I do too, but a lot of people would also say, you waited too long. You waited too long to put this album out.
It just took that much time, I think. I needed it. I needed the time off.
Okay.
We back now.
You're back and in full effect.
Definitely.
What were some of your special inspirations, as if we didn't know, during the making of this album?
Just, my kids, my wife.
By the way, congratulations, newlywed.
Prior to this, he had dropped 2 studio albums, and these ones were extremely crucial for his career because people were wondering if he was going to make it as a solo artist outside of New Edition. But even after being kicked out of his own group, Bobby Brown came back swinging hard, dropping multiple successful albums, and even managing to marry one of the biggest actresses and singers of all time, Whitney Houston.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
I need to go to the back.
I need to. Huh?
Go to get my glasses.
Before you go, do you like these on me? I think these are tight, but they get down.
They work for me. They work for me.
Because I'm hungry.
Come on, let's go eat.
So from the outside looking in, Bobby Brown's life was perfect. He had everything going for him, and at this point it seemed like he was destined for even greater things. However, there was one thing standing in Bobby Brown's path to success, and that's his love for Miley Cyrus, or should I say Madonna. Now you gotta read between the lines here. I'm not just talking about Miley Cyrus or Madonna the singer. I'm talking about that white stuff, baby. And if you've ever seen any comic book movie, you'll notice that the hero is not complete without their heroine beside them, if you know what I'm talking about. So despite being at the top of his game, Bobby Brown was still a slave to his cravings and substances. But little did he know at the time that this would one day come back to hurt him big time. See, even though Bobby Brown was an international music star and was married to Whitney Houston and was making all this money, he still somehow managed to incur a $25,000 debt for substances. Now I know what you're thinking, right? He's Bobby Brown. He has the money. Why didn't he just pay it off? And honestly, he should have done it, because here's where things go left. See, one day Clarence Preacher Heatley, the leader of a gang called the Preacher Crew, gets some very valuable information. Someone walks up to him and goes, "Yo, did you know that Bobby Brown is into that white girl, if you know what I'm talking about?" So Preacher's like, "I didn't know that. Tell me more." So the guy's like, "Alright, well, here's the thing. Bobby Brown has been purchasing all this white girl and owes his supplier about $25,000. Now at this point, light bulbs are going off in Preacher's head, and he's thinking maybe I can help Bobby Brown out with his problem. So Preacher then gets in touch with the supplier, and he's like, "I know Bobby Brown owes you about $25,000, but I'm here to settle his debt. Here's $25K, and you no longer have to think about this problem anymore." So the supplier's like, "Alright, that's music to my ears. It's a pleasure to do business with you."
Easy money.
So Preacher settles Bobby Brown's debt, and Bobby Brown no longer owes that $25K. However, in that moment, Bobby Brown's problems just got more severe. See, since Preacher settled Bobby Brown's debt of $25K, he was like, "I think Bobby Brown owes me a favor for this. I went out on a limb for him. Now, instead of that $25K that he owes, he now owes me $400K. And I'm getting that money one way or another."
Preacher would give you advice on your relationships. He'd give you advice on saving your money, how you dress, how you spoke. He was like that to some of the guys didn't have fathers.
Alright, so boom. So one day Bobby Brown is like, I want to go out. I want to have some fun. I want to get some drinks in me. And I want to get some of that Miley Cyrus, baby. So he goes out to a club in Manhattan and he's out there just living his best life. The drinks are coming in, the music is pumping, boots, 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 boots. When all of a sudden he gets that itch or that craving for something more. That Miley.
Lock the door, good idea. Hey, okay, Tyrone. Do you know why you're here?
I'm here for the same reason you is, man. I want some.
But luckily, Bobby Brown was in the right company. Or so he thought. While Bobby's at the club having the time of his life, he bumps into some guys and they're like, yo, I heard you're looking for that Miley. I can take you to a place where we've got the most higher grade stuff. All you gotta do is follow me. Also, when we get there, the party's gonna continue. We're gonna have music, we're gonna have girls, and this night is never coming to an end. So Bobby's like, alright, let's do it. I don't know these guys and they don't know me personally, but what could go wrong? Let's do it. So Bobby Brown accompanies these strange men to the next location. And when he gets there, he finds out that these were not just random men who just showed up at the club. These were preacher's men. So Bobby's looking around like, where are the girls? Where's the music? Where's the stuff? Boom. And he gets knocked out in one punch. So the members of Preacher's crew are like, yo, pass me the rope. Also, give me something to gag his mouth with. And they strip him down and hog-tie Bobby Brown. Now when Bobby comes to, he's greeted by a member of Preacher's crew named Malik. And Malik is known as the interrogation guy of the squad. So what does Malik do? He gets to torturing Bobby Brown. He goes, Bobby, I know you're a well-known singer, so show me what you've got. So Bobby's like, Malik then goes, my bad, dog. Let me help you with that gag. Ah, there you go. Now sing for me. So Bobby goes, every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I make, we'll be together. Right. Bobby Brown is essentially giving this man a solo performance. But eventually he got to a point where he didn't want to sing anymore. Now this part of the story is way too graphic, but let's just say that whenever Bobby Brown didn't want to sing, he got tortured. Now at this point, Bobby Brown is afraid. He's begging for his life and he's like, please, I'll do anything. Please just let me go. And they're like, you're not going anywhere unless you pay us that $400K.
You belong to me.
So, where is it? So Bobby goes, I don't have $400K on me. Please, I'll get the money. Just let me go. And they're like, not a chance. Now eventually the head of the crew, Preacher, also known as Clarence, arrives, and that's when things get even worse. Preacher goes, if you don't get us that $400K, I'm sorry. You're about to get unalived.
Just business.
So at this point, Bobby Brown is pleading, he's begging for his life, he's trying everything he can to escape this situation. And then he goes, wait, look, I can get you the money. So Preacher's like, tell me more. So Bobby goes, I'm sure you all know by now that I'm married to Whitney Houston. And Whitney, she's got that paper. Let me talk to her on the phone and you're gonna have that $400K in your hands in no time. Just let me talk to her, please. So they hand Bobby Brown a phone and he ends up calling Whitney Houston. He's like, baby, I'm in real trouble this time. Real trouble. I'm gonna need you to bring $400K with you right now to my location. And please, you can't tell anybody about it. That means no cops, no bodyguards, or anything like that. So Whitney's like, say less. So Bobby Brown is held overnight while Whitney comes up with the cash. And surprisingly, Whitney comes to the location alone with $400K in a duffel bag. Talk about real love.
They had him for a couple of days, and eventually they got on the phone and talked to Whitney and told her, this shit is serious. Don't go telling nobody and all this. You come here and get this. She had just made the movie The Bodyguard. Mm-hmm. And she came to the fucking Bronx by herself in a cab with a big ass pair of glasses and a wig with $400,000 in the bag to come get that motherfucker.
Now the thing is, when Whitney gets there, she's not scared, she's not shaking. She gets there, throws the money on the floor viciously, and she's like, "Where's Bobby? I need to see my Bobby now." Now the guys are looking around like, "Oh shit, oh yes ma'am, whatever you want." So the crew gets their money, they check to see if it's all there, and they then take Whitney Houston to see Bobby. Now keep in mind that at this point Bobby Brown is hogtied. He's laying there without anything on, and he's afraid that he might lose his life. But then he sees Whitney. Whitney, being the G that she is, she walks up to Bobby Brown and finds him laying there on the floor. She takes off the gag, and she undoes the ropes by herself. She also then tells the men to bring back Bobby Brown's clothes. So at this point, the Preacher's crew have everything they want. They have the $400K. They humiliated the hell out of Bobby Brown. So when Whitney's like, "All right, can we go now? You have the money now, so you have what you want. So let us go. We're over this." So they're like, "Yeah, I guess we're done here. You can go now. It's been such a pleasure to do business with you." So Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston leave together, but before they do so, they are told to never speak of this to the cops ever. And that's what they did. After this, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown show up together at events like nothing happened. They're taking photos, they're having the time of their life again, and they immediately begin to put the whole ordeal behind them. Now after this, years pass, and around 1996 they got a very pleasant surprise. Just when they thought they would get no justice from this situation, Preacher and his crew get arrested and indicted on federal charges. And these include drug trafficking and unaliving people. Also, when Preacher got arrested, they were like, "Listen, you're gonna have to give us something, otherwise you're going to face the death penalty." So Preacher then pleads guilty to racketeering and conspiracy charges related to about 13 unalivings. He also got a life sentence in prison. And the thing is, the part about Bobby Brown getting kidnapped, it was never officially reported by Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, and because of that, it was not included in the charges he received. Now, years later, former members of the Preacher's crew actually came out and spoke about what happened to Bobby Brown. And they were like, "Yeah, Bobby Brown was scared shitless. He was scared out of his mind, but Whitney handled that like a G." So yeah, that's the story. After this, Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston both moved on with their lives, but ultimately they were still on that Miley Cyrus.